Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Terrahash Tuesday.
I'm your
What?
host. The
Oh,
AI
I'm your
king.
host. All
No,
right.
I'm the
damn it.
host. I'm the host. Hey, what's up?
Oh man, what's going on, everybody? Welcome Terrahash Tuesday. Man, I need to work on getting a background for this thing. We just got this boring black
All I
stuff.
have is lights, man. Other than that, it's just
No, I
a
mean like
desk
in
and
in the StreamYard. I'm not talking about your
oh,
glorious setup. No.
it's glorious. It did. So Serpent did a video. I don't know if you saw on
What's
all of our setups. Did you
I
see
don't like
this?
that.
Did you see the
No,
video?
no.
I was up there, man. I was right next to my furry fur, man. I was right there in the same ranking.
Oh,
It was kind of nice.
nice. I was probably at the bottom. I'm okay with that though.
No, I don't think he. I don't think you. He didn't ask you for a picture of your setup, right?
Uh, oh man, you telling me I didn't make the cut? Oh,
Yeah, I gotta talk to him about that, man. I don't know. You gotta
it
step your game up. Yeah.
it hurts, man. It hurts.
Gotta step your game up. Gotta step your game
Yeah.
up. Shout out
Oh,
to
yeah.
Serpent X for making that cool video. I had no idea what he was talking about either. Like he said, like he made it look like on Twitter that he had this like different thing he was doing. I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, we get so busy. I'm just like, 'cause he asked me for pictures of my setup, which I don't care. I'll send you a picture of my setup. And then like a couple weeks later, it's like now he's doing this video, and I'm like, what is he talking about? Oh, it's the setup video. So yeah, I felt like an idiot when I saw the video, but look what I just picked up for $500.
Whoa, check it out. 3090, I imagine.
Yep,
Another
practically brand
Trace
new.
90. Nice.
So I got 3 of these now, and I'm gonna get one more Founders, and then it's gonna be I'm gonna try to make it work. I'm trying to find a case that I can fit it in that's rack mountable. That's the problem. I'm trying, and I got the ribbon cables in today. I'm trying to figure out if.
So I have a question for you in that, right?
Sure,
About your
sure.
rack mount, because I know you're like, I got this rack. I'm gonna start doing this ubiquity. Like you
Yeah, I'm
got
doing
rack
it. I did it.
fever here. Okay.
Ask Second TL. Last night we were ordering. Me, him, and
But
Zapirate.
check this
We're
out
going through
though.
shit.
If you shove everything into that freaking rack, what is your plan to get the heat away from said rack? Have you
Well,
thought about that? That
my
you're
air condition
condensing your heat more? You know what I
my
mean? Or
my
you
garage
just
is
running?
it's air conditioned.
I mean,
I have mining
okay.
rigs. I have 6 mining rigs running in there right now with 2 Vast AI 3090s and 5 KS0s, and it stays at 72 degrees. I don't think they're gonna push that much heat. Like if they do, then they do. It'll handle
I already
it.
see this rabbit hole you're going down. You're gonna have like 20 freaking individual 3090 rigs in there. You know what I mean? The whole rack's gonna be filled, and it's gonna be like molten lava in there.
No. There's a 410 AC in a 500 square foot room, so it has more than enough power to exchange. Now, if I got like 50 or 60 3090s that are constantly running all the time, then that's coming into a heat problem. But the rack, the way it's set up, is right above it. I have an exhaust fan, right? And when the temperature gets too hot, that fan kicks on, and it's right above the rack, right above it. So here's rack, exhaust fan, and it'll turn on when it gets too hot. But it honestly, it stays really cold. My garage is insulated, so it does pretty well actually.
Almost like you might want to build like some kind of duct work around the rack and shape it up to the fan. That way, it automatically just pulls it up.
Maybe, yeah. I was thinking about that,
Create
but
some airflow. Yeah,
it's like right now there's like 60 GPUs running in there, so it's not really that hot. Like, you know what I mean? And granted, they're mining radiant, but still, it's still heat. You know what I mean? So
that's not that much, but yeah, it's
fine.
bit.
Even the Vast rig is not even that hot, and they started using the GPU today, and it's not even that hot.
Nice.
So
nice.
Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm struggling to find a. I'm struggling to find a.
Why don't you just get a 2U? Make great 2Us.
A 2U?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
How are you gonna fit
it's
this?
It's just an empty server case. It's like $100.
Right, but this is not. This alone is like almost 3 itself.
I mean, but if you get some kind of PCIe adapter, they make adapters. That's like what goes in servers, right? Where the adapter, like, here's the server, right? And then they have an adapter that goes in like this, and now the GPU sits this way. That way, it's not standing up; it's
Right,
standing sideways.
sideways. Right. So I saw this with a Tesla
So they make
V100 setup.
adapters for that.
Yeah, I thought about it. See, I got the ribbon cables. I got the H12 SSL. The Epic's coming in. I actually got a new cooler that's a little bit shorter. I'm going to return the other cooler that I have, the Noctua. I got the U9 instead of the U14, so I can close it in the case if I have to. But I mean, we'll see. I'm playing around with it. Like, I'm going to open up the Ubiquity stuff tonight. I'm going to start messing with it. I got a bunch of other stuff. I got all the ribbon cables in.
I'm really busy tonight.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. It can't be that. I was watching some YouTube videos on it earlier today when I finished up our a lot of stuff for Terra.
It can't be that hard until King.
No, I mean it's prosumer, but there's videos and how-to guides to do it, right? And I kind of want to get these AI rigs on a VLAN, so I want to get everything. What I'm going to do is put my Comcast router for now in bridge mode, bring it to obviously the Ubiquity. And then when the fiber gets installed, I'm going to have them drop the line right in the garage instead of where the other line comes in, and just do a handoff right to the Ubiquity. So I don't need an extra point of failure there. So, and I got backup power. I got this big cyber power thing my friend gave me. Got a backup power unit for it. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'm actually really excited to put it all together. So
nice.
But
nice.
Steven Cicero says Hawk Crypto. Look up Mac Telecom on YouTube. Let me write that down. Got you covered, bro. He has a full video on VLAN setup. Sweet. Yeah, I'm trying to go the cheap route though, King. So this is where I need the mining king or the AI king or whatever king you are today. I need
the king of not AI. You see that? That's what it says down there.
So I'm trying to find me and Second TL and Zapirate were sitting on Discord till 5 o'clock in the morning my time. And
I was there literally not that late, but
yeah, you were there. You were there. I know you went to bed early, but for the last few hours after you left, I'm trying to find cases, and I want to do rack mountable cases. So, when you have 4 3090s like this, right, with the ribbon cables, you can't, it's hard to fit that in a 4U case.
Are you going to do all 4 in a case?
I would like to, because those seem to rent more than the single card ones. If you look at the rate at that website we checked out.
Right.
So,
but
I would like to do it.
I know, but it's do single 30 gets. So here's my question: do single 3090s get rented more, or do 4-card rigs get rented more?
So the way that we looked at it was the 4-card. If you go to 4 and you go to 3090, I'm also looking at RunPod too. Which, by the way, RunPod is a little different. They have a vetting process, and they just don't allow anybody there, which is actually pretty cool. And they do pay a little bit. It's close. It just depends, but you have to meet prerequisites to get onto RunPod. Then the 43090s, if you do PCIe 4.0 16, they're renting for 80 cents an hour, and that's the Epic 7402. So that setup will be very similar to what I'm at. And that's 142 teraflops. He's got 135 deep learning score. So they seem to be renting a lot. Here's one on the same board with a 7402 Epic H12 SSL. And he's renting for 80 cents an hour.
When you get into the 2nd generation Epics and stuff like that, it's going to get a little more expensive. You're looking at probably
I paid $1,100.
$1,000, around $1,000 to $1,200 with RAM and stuff. I mean, it could get as pricey as you want it to get.
Yeah, so there was a couple things. So S. Chang gave a good recommendation, and we did look at that as well. Real quick, you got a $10 Canadian super chat from Ulu. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ertzed says, Hawk, look at the Roswell RSV R4000. I did, but the problem is trying to get the ribbon cable over to the side where you would put the GPU in. I'm looking at all these different cases. Like I think this is the exact. So this is the Roswell. Here, we'll pull that up. Roswell.
Why don't you get ASRock has a GPU server case?
Yeah, those things are expensive, man. We saw an Asus one last night without the GPUs, but it was dual Epic, third generation Epic. It was like $8,000. Now, here's my thing. Like,
that's what you're gonna pay for a good server case. I mean, a good GPU server case, though.
I mean, we got second gen Epics. They're not terrible. It was $1,100 for the RAM, the motherboard, and the CPU altogether. So it was actually a pretty good deal. It was 256 gigs of RAM, and it was actually a good deal. Me and Second TL actually got bought from the same guy on eBay without even knowing that we did. Which you probably bought from that guy too. If you did, you get or Mike I think bought from that guy.
No, Hugo Downs gave me an H11 board and a Noctua cooler for it, and all I had to buy was the Epic itself. So no, which I got my Epic for $100, which I'm pretty happy about. It's 32 cores. No, I mean, I'm trying not to invest a whole lot, man.
Me neither. I don't want to invest a lot either. I really don't. I don't want to dump a tons of money into it. But
I'm using the Xeon workstations, man. Dude, that's those things are cheap, man, and they rent. Like everyone's like, oh man, I gotta have an Epic, or else I'm not rented. I'm using Xeons and getting rented. So with Gen 3 and stuff, like you don't have to have anything.
Yeah, no, I understand. Let's see. Gamer Smoky Dan says, Hawk, why not just get a case that will meet your needs and then you can fill with them? Yeah, I'm looking for a case that's going to do that. So Roswell. Sorry, go ahead, King.
So I am testing right now if people care about the CPU or not, because lately we've been watching like the usage on the AI stuff, and we're just seeing people use like hammer our CPUs only, which is weird. I have had people use my GPU sometimes, but most times often than not. I mean, honestly, I don't care because I get paid no matter what they use. But I'm trying to figure out. I'm running the stock 1607 V3, which is only 4 cores and 4 threads. Right? I just repasted it because the paste was like super bad on it, and I gave it 32 gigs of RAM and a 4070. Right now, it is at my other mining location that doesn't have like great internet like I have here. Although I am planning on hooking up 2 gig fiber over there, and that's going to turn into the Mining King AI data center. But I'm finding that these Xeons that people just want lots of threads. So if this like 1 week test with my 4070 doesn't pan out, I'm gonna switch it out for like a 20 thread, Xeon, and see if it gets picked up. If that changes it, right now it's only has 4 cores, 4 threads, so it's not very powerful, but it has a 4070 and it has the RAM and it has everything else on it. It just doesn't have the CPU power. So we'll see how it picks up. I did also just before the stream. I've been cleaning out my garage. Dude, my garage had so much fucking shit in it. Like, one of the viewers, he's actually, I think he might be in the chat here. Let me see if I can tag him real quick.
Meathead says, sorry, go ahead. I was reading a Meathead. Figured out the echo command. 100 ports open. Yeah, I answered his question for the echo.
See,
for the
look at that,
ports.
man. Okay.
Yeah, man, I got this now.
I am not the AI guy, but I would just like to see how well Hawk would do without my cheat sheet.
Yeah, no. Well, you had the cheat sheet too, though. You had a cheat sheet too.
No, but before that, though, I did do it on my own, though.
Oh.
That first video, that was me doing it on my own. I have a very refined cheat sheet, yes.
A cheat sheet works. Everybody's got a cheat sheet.
But also, I did solve the problem if you only have one drive or an NVMe, I think. So that way it doesn't do the loopback partition in the installation. So I may have to step outside. I have a guy picking up Uh,
Let's offer up.
yeah.
It's all the
I'm
same.
selling some stuff from my garage. Dude, I haven't used it. Like, I had to buy a chainsaw because I had this big tree and it rained really hard. And like the root system here, right, doesn't trees don't like really dig in like they do back home in Washington. It completely fell over, and I had to like chop it up with a chainsaw. So I have a brand new 40 volt, Ryobi chainsaw that I bought for like $300 that I only used one time. It's been sitting, so it's just like
Real
I'm
quick
just selling everything.
before you go out there, put this up real quick so I can.
He says he's about like 20 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
I think I got a little time, but I also have a Starbucks incoming. Dude, I've been out in the garage all damn day. Like, I just sat down, I took a shower. Yeah.
Can you share this? Share this real quick.
Oh man, don't get those. I already see what it is. Those things are.
I know you do. I know you do. But I'm trying to save some money. So hear me out. Like, what I'm trying to do.
You don't like that stuff.
What? Well, I'm trying to say. What do you want me to get? Silverstone? They're like $400 a case.
Hawk, I expect you to get the ASRock 8000 or that freaking Asus for $8,000. Come on, Hawk. You want the Value Village server case, or I mean, you want the freaking Nike?
I mean, this is a nice one. They make some nice ones. Like, but look, $480 for the case, man. Like, I don't know if I want. I mean, this one's $280.
I mean, what'd you spend on that 3090? $500? You're not going to spend $500 to keep everything in the same case?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I just like. But here's the thing, though. Like, I have. But for all seriousness, I have two rigs, single 3090 rigs that I want to put. I want to put everything in server cases. So I want to put 2 single 3090 rigs in there. I want to put the 4 3090s in one. I want to put and the other like 3080 stuff that I want to build as well.
Hey, just
so
pass me the drink, buddy.
I don't know. Value Village. There's some good stuff here, though. I mean. I was looking at this one last night because me and Second TL are kind of like we're in the same predicament. We have the same, we're trying to figure out. He got a case on OfferUp that he said.
Can I ask a question though? In all honesty, like,
sure.
So I know Vistang has been researching AI a lot, and he actually finds that a lot of the language models that do need 24 gigs of VRAM, right? So you might be better. And I'm just thinking out loud here. Why not just get like 4 cheap ass workstations for like $40 and just build them out? Like the CPUs are like $10, right?
Oh, right. But it doesn't look cool. This looks cool. So, look, I'm just going to be honest. Like
he's gonna go in my garage here. Yeah, check that. That's the Hawk AI data center right there on the floor.
Yeah, no. In all seriousness, I look at it like this. Like, I want to be able to repurpose a lot of this stuff eventually. I know you can do it with the workstations, but I bought this rack. I have this rack. I bought the Ubiquity stuff. Like, I want to go into it, and I really want to practice with a lot of this stuff because we own a data center. You know what I mean? And I really want to get used to dealing with this. Like, I want to put rails on it. I want to, I got to learn how to do this all the way, bro. Huh?
How big of a rack did you buy?
Just a 42U.
What? I only have a 25U in my house, and that thing's like half filled. Not even.
That's what I'm saying. I want to put
and
all
I have 3
my computers in there.
Real servers in it.
Yeah, I want to put all my computers in there. I want to put everything. I'm going to run a backup server. I was actually looking today because in Florida, they cut the taxes for generators and stuff. So I emailed my HOA and I'm going to see if I can get a generator installed outside for the whole house because we have natural gas.
I could see it now.
Bro, I got the data center in the house,
Hawk
bro.
AI, redundant fiber lines, generator.
Yeah.
Full service Hawk AI data center here. Look at that.
AT&T said they could run 2 lines into my house if I want.
Look, go big,
or go home.
2 lines is that you're going to need 2 lines that come from 2 different handoffs, right? 2 different ways. Like
right.
If they both come from like, we'll just say Miami, right? From on the same fiber line, that's pointless.
Right. So this case, real quick, obviously supports a larger GPU. So So I could. The problem is putting 4 3090s Founders Editions in like a case like this is very hard to do.
I'm just I know you want to keep it cheap, so I'm just curious.
Cheaper. Like I'm not going look. In all honesty, cheap-ish. I don't want to go in FOMO 4090s. I think it's way too much and it's way too expensive. Right? 3090s are cheap. You can do good with them.
What's the case you're thinking of going with? What's that going to cost you? Plus your motherboard, power supply, RAM, CPUs.
I have all that already. I have all that. I have all of it. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not expensive. Like I have the CPU mining rigs, right? One is an i7 11.
You can't put 449 or 43090s on a mining rig though.
I already bought the one with the 43090s that I want to do. I already got the motherboard, RAM, CPU, and the cooler. All together was like $1,300, right? I got that already.
You still need a power supply and the SSDs.
I got power supplies. I have SSDs already. I have 1 terabyte.
But NVMe's. You need to make sure that the case you pick takes ATX. That's not standard on all of them.
Yes, it has to be. I understand that. I have 1,600 watt power supplies sitting around that I got from that dude. I have RAM out the wazoo. I have all kinds of stuff like this i7. This i7 back here.
Yeah. So $1,300 plus $200 to $400 for a case is what we're thinking, right? So
you're like $1,500 all in without the GPUs.
Say about $1,500. Okay.
Which is not terrible considering that some people are paying $6,000 for one rig.
Look up the Dell Precision is it the T7920? I can't remember. It's the big boy of the workstation.
This one.
Yeah, and I'll show the back of it though, because it's key.
Right here?
Yeah. So it has the freaking it has lanes up top and it has lanes down below. It has lots of PCIe and that power supply I think is 1,400 watts. So now how much? Now these vary in price. It all depends upon configuration. Like
right, well you got to spec them out. You got to spec them out.
I would buy it like without anything. I would find one with like even without CPUs. I mean, unless the CPUs were good and was a good deal. But look at it has all those Delta fans in there. You know what I'm saying? You just ramp those things to 100, just boom, just shooting air across that stuff. It's only $500. It's a third of the price. But you can't
put it in a rack.
Just look, you get a baker's rack like you did with the freaking octo miners and just throw it on a shelf. That's what I'm doing. Check this out. I got a baker's rack, at my other mining location, right? Remember, top and bottom was octo miners. I've sold some of the octo miners now. So now it's going to be octo miners on the bottom, AI on the top.
That's great. That's amazing. Mine's going to be.
I'm trying to save you money. I'm trying to save you money.
No, I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. And I really didn't go crazy with.
And don't they make a kit? I heard last night of a kit that is.
They make Second TL or not. Zapirate actually said that they do make a kit that can rack mount it, but it's not for this model.
Now, another thing you could do is actually just buy a rack mount shelf and just lay it sideways on the freaking shelf.
You could do that too. There was a shelf that I saw that was like it pulled out like an extension. That was pretty cool. And we did think of this way. So look, you want to see like exactly what we were thinking of. There's this guy. What I was gonna do was this would actually look really cool, and it's very cheap. And I credit to Zapirate who gave me this idea. So on eBay, I'm pulling it up. Give me a second. There's a test bench, an EATX GPU test bench, right? I was looking at this, and let's see here. It was actually, where is it? It's something like this. Here you go. Hold on. I'm gonna share this tab. So it's something like this. Can you guys see it? You can. Oh yeah, you can see it, right? Okay. So it was something like this, right?
It's an open like test bench.
Right. Yeah. And you can fit now. With the problem is though, you can't fit like the motherboard itself won't allow you to fit 4 3090s on it without ribbon cables, right? So because it's just of pure size. So I was thinking of something like this, and then adding like a
frame.
Yeah, no, like a watch, like what what's it called? A server. God, I'm having a brain for it. Server. Like the shelf that pulls in and out, like a server shelf, server rack shelf, sliding shelf. There it is. So watch. So we're thinking about doing something like that, right? With the server rack sliding shelf and like this. So this is $70, okay? Like this. So you put that test bench on something like this. You can probably, with these holes here, you can probably bolt it down and then just have it open air and slide it off the rack system. You know what I mean?
Okay,
And it's open air.
okay,
You can work on it.
you're telling me that my idea for the workstation looks bad in ghetto.
No,
This
it'll look jank. 100%. It'll look terrible. Like
I like the way you're thinking though. I'm rubbing off on you because you would
I'm
never
just
do
trying to
things like this if it
brainstorm.
wasn't for me.
Right. I'm just brainstorming because look, in all honesty, I really don't want to spend. I don't want to spend $500-$600 on a. I'm really trying to keep this whole thing like 4 GPUs. I got these 3090s for a really good deal, $500 each. So it'll end up 2,000 for GPUs, 1,500. I'm trying to keep the whole thing like really under, $4,000. Like I don't want to go nuts, bro. I don't want to go crazy because if this doesn't work, I want to be able to repurpose it. Which I mean, you could do with anything else, really. But, for what I want to do, it's just finding a case that can really, finding a case that can support, 4 3090s is just it's rough. Like there's just nothing. Like even this, like, will this fit? Yeah, but
here's the question though: is have you went into Vast and just asked? I mean, just blatantly asked the guys what would be better, 4 or 4 individual ones?
I haven't asked
Because honestly, I don't know. I can't answer that question. There's a lot of this like unknown. We're in like this is not our area of expertise here. Like nobody, don't let any of us fool you here. Like this is all new to
Yeah,
us.
no, we're all learning. Like we're all still learning all this stuff, right?
I've just heard that some language models do better just with a single. It only allow for a single GPU. So if it has 24 gigs of VRAM, it's only going to use 13090. So I'm saying you might be better off being rented and having 4 individual machines, which means that you would want 4 lower end workstations. I don't know. I love my little portable workstations, dude. You just pick them up by the handle and you take them wherever you want.
I was also thinking if I can't do just the 13090, because I'm gonna buy like a bunch of these things. Each server that I have is going to have everything in it. Everything's gonna be put on the rack. I gotta consolidate. There's too much stuff spread around my garage. This 142U rack is gonna have everything. So now what I was thinking of doing is if I can't fit the H1 the H12 SSL and all that other stuff with 4 GPUs in one case, I was going to get 2 of these, like the Silverstone, something like this, 2 of these and put 2 3090s in each one and just rent out the 2 instead of just having a bunch of them in one. You know what I'm saying? Like for density, I was going to do that, but I'm really trying to make it work where I can put 4 of them now.
What you could do is depending upon, how, you could get more RAM and or whatever, and you could actually split your cores off if you got like a really high end epic that had like a lot of cores, right? And this way you could split the machines off and stuff like that.
Hear me out with this one real quick. Hear me out with this one. So this is like an old mineable case. It's bare boned. It's got nothing in it, right? Now, all this stuff, well, I'm seriously, I'm really trying to think like what's going to be the easiest way for everybody to do this, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to get into this, and it's like, what is it going to be, right? So I'm looking at this, right? Bare bones, nothing crazy. It's a mining frame, but it's rack mountable, and you can put the rails on it, the sliding rails. And why not just remove these 3 fan things here in the center? You can put the EATX here, you can put the power supply here, and then just run the ribbon cables right here to the other end. You know what I mean? Why not just do that? I was looking at this. It's just, I'm not sure if I don't know.
It's going to depend on how long those runs are. But yeah,
they're a foot long.
But
for
then you
1
have to
foot.
account. You're gonna have to account for the bends because that's gonna take extra because you're not gonna be able to do like real hard bends on those.
Right. So, but
Uh,
this thing, what I did realize was like this case
uh-huh.
is completely customizable. Like you see the bar on the end over there where you would connect the GPUs right
Right.
there on the
Yeah, you
top.
can
You can
move it.
move
I see
this.
it.
You can move it. Yeah.
Yeah, I see all the holes right there.
So I'm thinking like if I move that up a little bit to where those 4 slots are, would something like this work just for the 43090s? Since I have the
Uh,
ribbon cables already and all that good stuff.
Now you will have to buy Delta fans for that because that has zero
No fan.
fans.
Yeah, it has no fans, right?
It's just a metal box.
Which I will. I mean, I don't care about that. I just want to find a case that might work. This actually might
Yeah.
work. Now they do sell.
So
Yeah, I think he does sell the fans too. Look at
so
this thing.
here's an idea, man, and I know Mr. Vistang's working on it too, but I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna take an Octominer and I'm gonna completely gut it, and I'm gonna disconnect the fan controller, and I want to see if I do the fan controller, if I disconnect it, that would it default to 100% just being on all the time, like the fans would just be on all the time. I believe they would, but I'm not sure. I want to double check that. So if they do, then I'm going to gut the whole thing, and then I'm going to I'll put like a there's a particular board here. Let me go back. It's in the proof of useful work section. I believe Rondi is the
Chili's in the
one that.
chat right now, and he says it should. Yes, it does. It should. To your
Yeah, I think
question.
that's what happens when they air out too. When the Octo features don't like come up, they it defaults to that, right? So
Mhm.
let me show you this thing here. This is let me see here, open link, and then I'll share my
Chat,
screen.
real quick, chat. I know there's a lot of people in here right now, and I appreciate you guys, helping us figure all this out. What do you think about this case that I have pulled up right now? Do you think something like, okay, it's gone, but do you think something like that would be easy to set up if you were to put like because it's an EATX, right? So I don't know if I could probably retrofit it to fix in here and put it in there, take out those fans and stuff. I think this is probably the best option to put 43090s. Yeah. So like other than going to spend like a big one, you know what I mean? I might
There's
want to.
I
Might
don't
take a look
think
at all that.
I don't think there's a wrong answer here because everybody's gonna find a case for a certain price, and everyone's gonna like certain things about their case that they pick.
Right.
Um, and I don't think there's a wrong answer because this is like how like people used to do mining back in the day. They would ghetto rig these rack mountable server cases, and that's how they would do it with the Roswells. But this board is the board I'm thinking of putting in there. This is the board that Ronnie put in there, and it's obviously it's AliExpress because you see all the Chinese on it, but it's dual Xeons, right? And you can get all the memory in there. But look at if you there's enough spacing in there where you could get a decent amount of cards, right?
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? That's a board I was thinking about doing. I like here's a let me show you like what it looks like in a case here. It looks like this.
Wow, that's not
So
bad.
so what I'm thinking about doing is and and I'm pretty sure, and maybe I'm wrong. I can't see the connectors like super good. Oh no, there it is. There's the 10 pin right there. Definitely gonna need a for the CPU there. I don't see the motherboard power. Might be hiding right here. Maybe what's that other picture? I was trying to see figure out. Yeah. Oh, it is right here. Oh, those are all PCIe slots. Hmm. I'm curious if if it's powered by PCIe here, and this way you could keep the Octominer PSUs in there. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. I thought about this board, ripping everything out of the Octominer and just having the fans full blast. Unless there's a way I could program it, but I don't know how I could do that. So I'll probably maybe I can reach out to Octominer. Maybe they can come up with something.
Yeah. Is this what case is this?
I don't
That's
even know. I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask Rondi again.
I mean that's pretty dope. Like I actually do like that setup.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. And I think I don't know if he's using the cases, but I think he was going to use the board no matter what.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't know. I'm liking this. It supports a maximum of like a half a terabyte of RAM, which is great. So
So Mike, Mr. GPU Risers in the chat right now.
let the
And
let the Ratchet
there's
R8 builds commence.
yeah, so I asked him about this. And we were talking about it the other day. He's like, I think I'm just gonna take like an older R8 that's sitting around and I'm just gonna gut the whole thing out. And I'm gonna see if I could just make that work for
We,
what I.
yeah, we have a few broken ones up there.
Probably, but you can't rack mount it.
Look you can't rack mount it. Okay, you could put a shelf on the rack and then turn them vertical and make it the exact height of them standing up, and you could probably get, I don't know, 2 or 3 on the shelf that way.
No, it doesn't look cool.
Because it's a different direction, right? Standing up instead of this way.
I think for the single GPU cases, though, the ones that I have that are just sitting around, I think I'm gonna get like the Roswell. Like they're just the cheaper ones that just put one GPU in there and just put it up, label everything. It's gonna look cool, bro. It's gonna look really cool and have a bunch of servers essentially.
Yeah.
I like it. Like I said, me and SecTL and Zapirate, I was going through all kinds of stuff last night. I bought patch cables. I bought the patch panel. You'd be proud of me. Bought the patch panel. I'm not terminating though. It's a pass through. I got to Ubiquity stuff already. I'm interested in learning a lot of this stuff. I know this is kind of like, this is like,
now. You're not going to terminate your own cables.
I am not terminating cables. I saw what you went through, okay? And that's just not smart. All right. So I'm like, dude, I give you so much credit because you did so much work when it came to the terminations. Like you guys were there for like 8 hours a day for like a week straight doing terminations. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, not that I'm going to do that many.
Hey, but those patch
man,
panels and that racking looks awesome in there, though.
It looks phenomenal, but I'm just not sitting there.
We're not using it anymore.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. It's going to be a fun project too because I can really consolidate a lot of stuff that's in my garage down to this 142U rack. I can free up some space, and I got all those GPUs practically are gone now except for Pandas.
Okay.
I'm gonna ship Pandas out when he's closer to getting back home. So I'm just waiting for those, and then and I have another prospect on another loot too, 70 cards, and I'm kind of working with the guy now to see if I can get good price for all of them, and then we might have another bonanza. GPU sale bonanza or extravaganza.
The hot crypto mining emporium.
I put so yeah. I got some 3080s too. Like I was thinking about just setting up some cool rigs, man, and see what happens. Like I know RunPod will allow people to go on there, but you have to meet certain qualifications. Like you can't
I sent them an email. They never sent anything back to me. I should have name dropped you though. They probably would have said something.
Yeah, you should have said, man, hey, that Hawk guy, bro, like this dude's got it on lock, man.
Yeah, I'll just tell him, yeah, hey, I'm the mining king. And the funny thing is though, is the email I used is contact@the_mining_king. And they're probably like, fuck this guy, he's a crypto miner.
Yeah. So Solar Miner in Spain says, Hawk Crypto, Mining King, thoughts on the BitBoy drama? Did you hear about that whole thing?
I'm Googling it right now because I didn't. I don't pay attention to anything.
Here's my thoughts on it. I don't know. Like he definitely like put his company in a bad position. You know what I mean? We see this a little bit with a few. Joker Miner, what's up, man? We see this with a few, and you can only run your mouth for so long until it bites you in the ass. And I think that's what happened to BitBoy. I really do. I really do. I think that's the gist of it.
he got kicked out of his own thing. How do you get kicked out of your own freaking
Because he had a
company?
board. He has a board, and the board can vote to kick you out. Just because, and this is like, it's hard to understand, because when your company grows and you become a certain level,
Right, but I mean, you would still want a decent amount of control if it's your own company, though. See,
it
that's
doesn't
like
work that way. Like, so when you
always
get,
remember what Mark Cuban said.
what
He's
did he
like,
say?
15% or less, you're an employee.
Right. The way that it works is when these companies grow, right, and you have more staff and you have more revenue and your company's just growing larger. The structure is huge. So you get a board and you have different people, like kind of how like we have Terra set up, but on a larger scale. And you can be voted out. I mean, you can be voted out. You can be moved out. You can be pushed out. Crypto Pope says he had a drug relapse. Oh, that's terrible.
It could have been a stipulation, probably. So
he passed his drug test. He posted his drug test results. Tommy Coin says he snorted up the profits. Hey man, like everybody's a grown man. You reap what you sow, and that's it. You're responsible for what you're responsible for. I don't necessarily feel bad. You know what I mean? You kind of there's a way to do things, and sometimes but he was a little obnoxious a few times, like just things that you do for attention. He didn't really seem like a very humble guy. So, and I saw him at BTC Miami, and just didn't seem like a humble dude. Like, I don't know. I mean, I get it. Stardom gets to people's heads a little bit, and they walk around like their shit don't stink. And I understand. I could understand that, but yeah, whatever. Came in with Smokey Dan, says I smoke my profits. But good luck to him. Hopefully he didn't relapse too hard, and he'll figure his life out. You know what I mean? And that's it. So yeah, he got pushed out. And it'll happen, man, because if you're not doing what's in the best interest of the company, then that's important. Dave's FinTech says, what about Grayscale beating SEC on the BTC ETF? That's interesting. I did not read about that. Tell me more. GP Riser says, you can't have the face of the company creating destruction, especially when other people in the background have a stake in it. Exactly. You really can't. Like, you got to play ball. You got to do things, and you have to act right. He goes, it's people's jobs and stuff. And he's right. He's absolutely right. It's the way that it goes. Joker Miner says, the Mining King, I got you with a heart.
Oh, you got me? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what for, but all right. As long as Joker got my back, I'm good.
Solar Miner says he said going to be biggest divorce, going to fight for his business. If he loses, he will start again. Hasn't he been accused of like rug pulling these projects and stuff? Like, see, didn't he have a crypto or something he dumped and made like millions off of it? Or something like that. I don't know. There's so much drama in this space, man. And there's just drama everywhere, bro. Like, it's like mentally draining. I need a detox from like everything. Pin
message for the if you guys want to call in and hang out for a few minutes. We're just kind of bullshitting now. We got our AI. It's been the talk of the town, man. How does everybody feel about that? That like. I don't want to say that we're all moving there, but it's another avenue that everybody's exploring, getting into. People are spending money getting into it. I'm trying to spend as little as possible. I have not bought any GPUs. I'm using 3080s, my 3080 Ti and my 3060 I picked up, my cheap workstations. So I've spent fairly little. I don't know. I sold some of my stuff and I got a good amount. I still have some more stuff for sale, like my 3070 Ti's and stuff. But when it came down to buying a 4090, like looking at how much it cost, dude, I just couldn't do it. It's just like way too much money. You do like two 4090s, it's almost $4,000. I think that's gross.
Like, a lot of us have hardware just laying around. Like, so I went on this CPU mining craze, right? I CPU mined Varus, it pumped, made some money, cool, whatever. But we had a lot of hardware laying around, like motherboards. Like this i7 behind me It's got 64 gigs of RAM, a 2 terabyte drive. It's an 11th gen i7, and it's got a PCIe Gen 4 slot. So, like, why not just throw? It's not doing anything. This rig is off. This computer is off. Why not just put it on VAST and hope you get lucky? Like, or why not do something with it? Put it on maybe on another platform that sells it. Like, it makes no sense. If you have hardware sitting around, it sits idle. It's pennies on the dollar until you're earning money. Like,
right. Yeah. Because I mean, yeah, it's just sitting there. It's like pulling like no power. You know what I mean? So
it does nothing.
And I know a lot of people want to do like a watt meter on it, but you would have to do it every month, and you would have to reset it every month because it's going to vary from client to client and who rents you, right? Some guy might use only your CPU, some guy might use everything, some guy, hey, I got my 3060 rig that's still being rented for the last week, and guess what? The guy's not using anything. No CPU, no GPU, nothing. It's just sitting there. I don't know if he's already did what he had to do on there, but I'm still getting paid. So it's the watt meter thing is you would have to like do a 30-day interval like every 30 days, no matter what. Every 30 days you'd have to reset the kilowatt hours on it because every month it's going to be different on how much money you spent on power.
So I want to show, I have my B Pi top pulled up. I'll share it on screen. I don't think there's any information on here. There's no like.
And thank you to Second TL.
Yeah, Second TL, man. He's really like helping us put this all together
if
too.
If you need any Linux help or AI help, please seek out Second TL Mining.
Oh, he's gonna hate you for that. He is gonna hate you for that. He's so gonna hate you for that. Let's see here. I'm trying to see where's my putty screen. Hold on.
I was also gonna show. I wanted to show that one thing that we got. I don't know if it's like profitability, but the offer analytics. You know what I'm talking about?
You talking about that website?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I'll show you first, and then
we'll show this first. So this is somebody using my my rig.
Oh, here, let me get rid of my Mining King logo, or can I just move it, or I'll just get rid of it.
There you go. I don't know why it's like it's not as bright, but I don't know. Maybe if I move it over here. No, I don't know. But you guys can see that this is like the stats on the rig and what it's using. There's no information on here other than like this is what he's using. So right now he's using my 7900X. So there was a couple questions the other day and about people saying, well, how do you know they're not doing something nefarious or whatever on your stuff? So we actually looked up a way to see the logs on what exactly he's running in the Docker. So it's a Docker system. And now we did look it up. This is doing a language model. This is, I did look up what this guy is doing. He's doing a language model. So with that being said, me and Second TL, we kind of dived into it and we got a brief understanding of what he's doing. But when you pull the logs, there are things to look for. And here's my gripe with a few people in this community. I'm just going to be honest with you. More people in this community will criticize, will criticize you for what you're doing versus saying, hey, I know something that could maybe help you guys prevent problems. Let me show you. This is what I don't like. Okay, this is what I don't like. Why are people being more critical than they are helpful? Like, hey, Hawk, you got an AI rig. Cool, man. This is how you check your log on Linux. And if you see anything that looks like this, it may be something bad. You might want to kick that guy off your rig and report it to VAST. No, we don't do that. We just watch other people burn. And that's what some people want to do in this community. And it's fucking ugly. So anyway, with that being said, this is what it looks like when it's running. So
looks like he's not using a lot of RAM, only 3 gigs. Me and Second TL wondered that too. We wondered if maybe he did something wrong because the language model is using the CPU and not the GPU. But I mean, honestly, my Epic is getting hit right now, and they're using like 60% of the 64 threads on the Epic. So I mean, it is what it is. And that's about how much he was putting on the download too. Yeah, you're getting up there. Got about 10 gigabytes or whatever that is. The GIB one. I forget how you pronounce that one.
Right. So I think this is cool. There's a lot of ways you can check things and what's going on. And if you guys have any idea on how to look what's going on for more information in the Docker systems, like, yo, let us know. Like, we're not supporters of people that do, illegal and nefarious things. If someone is using a rig that we're renting, that we're providing to Vast AI for rentals, hey, we want to know how to check and make sure these people aren't doing anything bad. We want to report these bad actors and we want to get them out. So I'll just say that for the record, since a lot of people want to sit there and be keyboard warriors and hide their fat asses behind their screens and not help anybody, motherfucker, do something constructive with your life instead of being an asshole. Okay, King, sorry, go ahead. Show that other screen. It's pretty cool.
What? Okay.
Sorry. I'm just sorry. It just pisses me off that there's just bunch of babies walking around.
So this was shown to me by Second TL. It's not like, I don't want to say profitability. What this shows you is the offers that's currently going for the for what you're trying to rent, right? There's the high end, there's the low end, and there's the median, right? And the ones up top here, these are the ones that are actually rented, right? These down here are the ones that are not, it says vacant. These are the ones where they're not, nobody's picked them up yet. So this kind of
Right.
shows you where you need to be in this structure. So if we go here, like I'm running 3080s and I'm at 15 cents. So I'm kind of on the high end on my 3080s, right? Because it says 16 cents is the high end. But I did get picked up. But the problem that I did is I didn't say they had to rent both GPUs. I said they only had to rent one. So I kind of screwed myself. So I'll remember that for next time. Now, if we go to 40, let's go to 4090s. I know Vistang's in here, and I know he loves his 4090s. This is 4090s are all over the place, right? But this is what they're being rented at on the low end. The median is about 23 cents, and the high end's about 43. These are vacant prices of people who have not been picked up yet. And then this shows you how many, what the offers are and how many what the vacancy is. So you can see here that there's 99 vacant, you know, rigs right now versus 33 being rented.
Right. This was pretty cool because this is how we can, like you said a second ago. Sorry, I was getting the baby monitor. We can you can see like how to price your rig fairly for everybody, like what they're getting.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
now here's my thing. The 90th, I guess that's the 90th percentile. Is that what that is? That's percentile, right?
I'm assuming. It doesn't say. I think that's what it's trying to say.
I'm assuming because 12 and 2, the median would be 4, so that makes sense. So now what was I going to say? Now I think the higher percentile are people with like beefier rigs, higher, PCIe Gen 4,
Right.
or epics or higher end CPUs. But here's my question though, like a 3090 will never use the full capacity of a PCIe Gen 4 speed, right? I mean, I don't even think the 3090 could even output as a 25 gigabits per second. Is it possible? If it is, then I want to know, because then I'm going to put everything on Gen 4. But I got one 3090 on Gen 3, and it's doing 12.4 gigabits per second on a 16-lane 3.0 versus 25.5 gigabits per second on a 16-lane 4.0. Can a 3090 even put out that much? So, and my reliability scores are already in the mid 90s already. So it's like, I'm just curious on how they really look at this. Ted says no GPU can fully use PCIe 4 yet. So all right, cool. So I mean that makes sense. That makes sense then, right? It's just trying to see exactly what the info is on that, because we're still learning this. Like me and King, everybody that's pretty much doing this in our community, we're kind of like winging it almost, right? Like, oh hey, this didn't work, try this command. Oh hey, Hawk figured something out. Hey, try this. I got the fans to work on this one. Or why didn't we have to do this one?
Oh, so I guess that'll lead into the next site that I use, that everybody's, that at least Hawk and Second TR are using, which initially helped me with with the fans, right? It's the Vast tools, and it was this. I got this from somebody in the Discord. Oh, oops, no, stay on page, don't leave. Whoops, that's in the wrong window. Um, so this also has an install guide for Vast as well. If you want to come here, and I have not used his all the way through, but I did get this to work for that NVMe problem. I did have the Hawk. It did
You
work.
did. Well, we got to do that later. What do we have to reinstall it, or can we just make the alteration?
Well,
I wonder if we have
no,
to
no, no, no,
reinstall it.
no. With the one that you already did, is it
Yeah.
rented?
It is rented, yeah.
I would just leave it as it is until it becomes vacant.
The other one, though, I should upgrade because the NVMe in that one is small. Now, I know Vast does recommend 128 gigabytes, excuse me, of space, or is it bits? I don't know. I get it confused. They want 128 gigabytes per GPU. Now, that's what they recommend. I have a 178 for that 3090, but that rig's not rented yet, and I dropped it 5 cents. If you guys, where's the link to that site?
Here, let me terabyte on there. Dude, storage is so cheap right now. It's not.
I know
even
it is.
funny.
Yeah. This is the link to that site. I think I have it right here. If you guys want to check out the site and what like the prices are, here it is. I'll put it in the chat. You guys can look it up. It's pretty interesting. And I can tell you this, man, we spent hours doing this stuff. It is not for the faint-hearted. It's really not. Like, if you get frustrated easily, don't try to do an AI rig unless somebody comes out with an easy installation image.
So this
like
installation, I've used most of it, like this part to get the other my NVMe to work. But reading the commands here, it seems pretty straightforward. There is a speed for the speed test CLI in case you're having problems with that. There is some other useful commands here: how to update your host. Also for the fans, and then auto update the price for hosting based on mining profits.
So yeah, that's if you wanna mine on the back end
Yeah.
while it's not being used, right?
Yeah.
I did see that. Now that is pretty cool, but remember, a lot of people think this is all new. Vast has been around since Ethereum mining, so I think a lot of people were doing both. You know what I mean? The rigs were switching between mining Ethereum and doing AI work, and I think that's what that was.
So here,
Which is pretty cool, actually.
I'll put the Vast tools in here now, and then I'll link the analytics as well. You guys can go check out both of those pages. So far, I feel like these are gives pretty good information about everything going on.
Yeah.
So I just linked both of those in the chat for everybody who wants to grab those. Those are some good, useful tools that we've been using lately.
So the market looks like it went up a little bit today. Bitcoin hit over 28,000. Now it's back down to 27.5. But saw a lot of prices. A lot of prices went up today. But it's amazing to look at this chart, man. That a rising tide does raise all ships. I mean, it is true. Even Litecoin had a little bit of a pump today. Nothing crazy, but I wonder why. And I know DJ Mines asked this earlier. I think it was on Twitter or something. Like, what was the reason? Like, was there any new data? Did we miss something today? Like, because I don't know if it was like maybe an inflation report or CPI data, or did something come out today, chat, that we missed that made the market pump, or is it just, hey, it's just a random, market going up on a Tuesday kind of thing? Like, I don't know. Oh, it was a court ruling. Okay, well, which court ruling? I'm wait. Is it the grayscale one? Okay. Back up. It was the grayscale ETF. So they won the SEC. Dude, the SEC is taking L's, man. They are taking L's like nobody's business. And you know what? Good. Here's the thing. I think the SEC serves a purpose, and I think they really need to instill a little bit of fear. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a little bit of fear. I am, because it'll scare people from doing the wrong thing. But if you keep losing, that fear is going to go away. All right? Like I don't know, man. Like, they're getting It's crazy. Keith Betts says it's AI getting the funds it needs to rule the world. AI is lost. What's up, Austin? Good to see you too, man. Here's my thing, man. AI is gonna bubble like anything. It really is. You get in, you get some early profits, get a part of these systems, because then when the regulation comes through, you may be lucky to be grandfathered in somehow, some way, right? Or you may have to go through like some sort of, may have to create a company and get licensing and stuff. I mean, I see it going that direction, because what was his name? Was it Gary Gensler? Is that his name? He was talking about shifting his focus more to AI versus crypto, because crypto is just, look, man, crypto is crypto, right? It only goes so far. AI can be the real threat. AI can be, I mean, decentralized, computing can really be a huge threat to a lot of industries too, man. I mean, major data centers that sell that compute, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like these companies, these major companies that sell this vast amount of compute to other corporations are going to lobby to get these, like the free market, thrown out. That's what I fear. I fear that actually more than regulation, to be honest with you.
I need to put the Tesla's compute to vast AI.
Yeah. So, I see it that way a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see. Like it's just amazing. It's amazing to see like how powerful these computers have gotten and how like the world is changing. Like a year ago, we would have never been sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, we're doing AI stuff now, and we're taking all our old mining GPUs and our hardware that we spent ridiculous amounts of money on, and we're repurposing it." And this is what a lot of us are doing, right? And it's interesting. GPU Riser says, "I want to see a full AI Congress before I kick the bucket." God, no, Mike. Ted says, Hawk Crypto. Also, the SEC filed a sealed 35-point indictment today against Binance. That one will be fun. Look, they're 0 for 2. I mean, well, the XRP case is still going. They appealed it, and the appeal got approved. So I guess we can't say anything about the XRP case, but you're taking L's. At least you're taking them initially, and it's not looking good. And if they lose the Binance one, I mean, I don't know, but I heard the Binance case is actually pretty solid, so we'll see. Let's see here. Let's see. Checking the chat right now. If you guys have any questions for us or you want to join in, the link is above. Yeah. You guys can come in, give your opinions. Everybody's just keep it respectful. Even if you disagree, no problem. Come on in, talk to us. No pressure. We ain't scared.
We hit 3 blocks today.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we had bad luck. We didn't hit any blocks on the 27th, and then we obviously had over 100% on luck, and now we're under again. So looks like we're doing pretty decent 3 blocks in a day, man.
The Mining King hosting pool, man. I think you're up in the top. What are you, top 8 now or something on mining pool stats? I think it was up there. Let's see here. Mining pool stats. Radiant. MK number 9, top 10. And we actually fight for the number 8 spot between you, Solo Pool, and Zerg Pool. All 3 of us kind of like bounce around this a little bit. But you've been finding blocks, man. Been getting blocks, like making a ton of Radiant right now. And you guys know how I feel about Radiant, not financial advice. That's just how I feel. So let me see. Budweiser, how is selling compute power a security? I'm not sure it is. I don't know who said that. That'd be interesting. Sandfish says, what you guys think of Bitmain making ASICs for Monero?
I think I actually did the profitability on that on 212 kilohashes for 1300 watts. I thought it was not making that much.
Yeah, it didn't look pretty good, but maybe we missed a step. If anybody knows about it, let us know. Closet Miner says, finally BTC can hold a value level to convert to any fiat currency. Example, the Russian ruble. Interesting. Keith Betts says, and because silicone has meet its limits and looking for new elements. Oh, I'm sorry, he's responding to somebody. Tony Megna says AI, then UBI. Ooh, what's a UBI? The next silicone, what's this? Keith Betts says silicone photonics. Is that how you pronounce that? The next silicon revolution, the next tech.
It looks like Mine the ASIC might have lost their SSL cert. They have a potential security issue on their site.
Mind the ASIC. Somebody warned Mind the ASIC. Cool company too. I think I should hit them up. Well, don't call anybody out on Twitter. Just go and message them directly. Don't hit them up on Twitter.
Yeah, it looks like their cert expired. Oh, it expired today.
Happens. So, let's see. I'm answering a Twitter post. I
wonder if ASIC miner value has the new. It doesn't have the new. Oh, here you go. X5. Is that what it's called?
I think it's the X5.
Yeah. It's projected to make $4 a day before it's released.
Oh, UBI is universal basic income. Man, I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, I gotta know how people feel about this. I gotta show this. Like,
what
this thing is a giant waste of money.
I'm scared to see what it is.
It's supposed to come out, I think, early September, so soon. Its profitability before being released is $4. Just imagine when you sell a few thousand of those, it's going to be like nothing.
If you don't mind me asking, King, at what power rate is that? If you scroll all the way to the bottom,
just 1,350 watts.
At what power rate? What's the power rate on the bottom of the page?
I don't know,
if you scroll all the way down, scroll all the way down.
All the way down. This is
it's ASIC miner value has it at the bottom, or they did.
No, I don't see it.
Oh, they changed it. Where you put the power rate again? Oh, there it is. Now it's up the top. It used to be at the bottom, but 10 cents.
I mean, you're still making not even making $5.
Yeah, that's little PP energy.
So you sell 1,000 units on this, and it's going to go from like $4 to like 40 cents. This is the most awful idea I've ever seen from Bitmain. They're just desperate to make any machine for anything.
Yeah, what are they selling it for? Did they announce a price?
No.
There's no price.
It just says on Twitter that they are doing it.
83 people in here watching right now, guys. Please hit the like button. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining this episode of Terrahash Tuesday. Let's see here. Yeah, no, I guess they're gonna announce it.
I can't imagine that this is going to go for that much. It's only 1,350 watts. This has to be very cheap.
Couple $1,000 maybe in that range.
Yeah, if that. Because I'm just like, as soon as they sell like 500 of the units, this profitability. Everybody knows that the profitability is usually like 10 times or 20 times what it's eventually going to work its way down to, right? After you get the first couple batches out. So
now, what's that going to do for the Monero hash rate, though? And what's the comparison? Is going to annihilate it in comparison to CPUs?
Yeah,
I don't know much about it.
It's going to go up so bad, and it's just like, I feel bad. Like, I used to CPU mine Monero. I'm like, it's going to run people. So this is what I think could happen. Profitability could go up because if they sell enough of these, it's going to drive away the CPU miners.
So if you look on the bottom right there, Panda gave his price estimate at $26.99. Look at the bottom right of the post. Down? No, down. Scroll down. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh my god. URSA Prime says Monero will just fork. Man, but see, here's the thing, though, right? And guys, I'm just speaking objectively, please. I'm not saying anybody's wrong here. If you think Bitmain comes out with this giant ASIC, right? They sell it, makes money, and then the project forks. I mean, are they not prepared for that? That's my question. Is Bitmain not prepared? They definitely know that a project can fork, right?
So, yeah, but there's probably something that they know that they've worked out with somebody. They wouldn't make these ASICs unless they know for certain. Let's
Um,
go to the Bitmain webpage though. Let's see if they have it listed yet at all. I don't think they do.
but like Bitmain doesn't lose, man. They don't lose. Like they know what they're
No,
doing. If
yeah,
they create an
it
ASIC
doesn't.
for a project, that means there's either a demand or they know something about the developers and they know that they won't fork it, or
Right.
there's some backdoor dealing going on there. I don't know. It just doesn't make any like. I'm just trying to think like, why spend all this money in designs? You know what I mean? Unless these
Uh,
chips are not truly ASICs and you can program all these chips and do it cheaply instead of ordering them in batches at a time. I just don't see like. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
No. Yeah. No pricing available. Yeah,
It's
it'll
gonna be
be.
interesting.
I think it's going to be sub $1,000.
Could be.
There's no way. Like it. Look, if it's $4 now, when they put a bunch on there, it's going to go down to like 50 cents. Like even if the unit is $500, if you're making 50 cents a day, how many months would that take for you to get your money back?
Right.
It would take forever. I mean, so I'm just I don't know enough about Monero, so
Right.
but you never know. I mean, Bitmain. See, here's the thing with Bitmain is it's not like they're not controlled by anything
Mm-hmm.
because their prices go up and down every day. You know what I mean? You could buy a $500 cheaper today, and it could be $500 more tomorrow. Their
Right.
prices are ever fluctuating.
Gaming with Smokey Dan says $8,500 is going to be his guess.
How much?
8,500. That's a
Eighty
lot for
five
that.
hundred.
I don't think it'll be that much.
I mean, okay, if somebody buys that for 8,500 and it has a $5 profitability, I'm sorry.
There's a
That's
sucker
just
born every day.
I'm just
Oh my god, that
you
would be a
really
bad
like gambling
investment.
then at that. I mean, like
There's
you must
Panda.
really not like $8,500. It's
Crypto Miner Bros says they have it for 3,200. Can you go to Crypto Miner Bros website real quick? Panda, how's your
yeah.
vacation? Hope you're enjoying yourself and keeping away from this environment for a while. I know I need a detox. It's probably going to be coming up soon. Getting tired of it. Let's see.
I really like this opening on their screen here. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's attractive. So the new Terra site's going to have something like that when you go to the web page, but I'm working on it now.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's already sold out.
How's
it sold out? It's not even listed yet. It said September 4th. We're in August. I got like 5-6 days left. We're not even launched yet, and we're already sold out. Like, oh my, dude. Okay, hold on. It's 3,200, but you have to pay for shipping from Crypto Miner Bros, right?
But and Crypto Miner Bros is a legit company. We've dealt with them before. So it's not bullshit, more than likely. So how in the hell 212 kilohash?
Oh,
3,100. So Panda guessed 2,700 on Twitter, so he was close.
Yeah, he was close. I was saying sub under 1,000. So I'm just like, there's no way you're making money. Okay, let's break it out, and we're just gonna say the profitability. Nothing goes down. You make your $4.87 for the rest of your life. Okay, all right.
Well, 4 times 365 is about. Let's see
what that is.
It's
So
about $1,200, give or take.
So yeah, you're gonna have. It's gonna
Just
be.
under?
It's a 2-year ROI.
At least a 2-year ROI.
But hold on, let's.
But that's if it stays. But that's if it stays where it's
right.
at, right?
So
if the price of Monero doesn't
XMR,
appreciate.
Coin and market cap. Over here, let's look at the price of where it is, right, and what it was all time. So let's just go back here. Okay, we're sitting at $147 for one Monero, right?
Right
The
now,
all-time
currently.
high was 400, so not quite a 4x. So if you mined on it for 365 days, what was it? It was like 1771, right? Oh, here we just do this.
So Sadie sometimes said random X variants pump regularly. So it might be not just a Monero miner. Maybe you can do other things with it, and then switch it
Right.
off. It might be
So
an answer to a lot of what these
times
CPU miners
4.
probably want.
Okay, so if you mined it, you held it, and it pumped the next bull run to what it did last time, and if it just went to what it went last time, not like new all time, you would essentially double your money if you held all your profit and you didn't sell anything. That's what you can make.
Right.
So
Be interesting. It's going to be
yeah, I mean,
interesting to
I
see.
guess that's not bad. I mean, I guess you kind of have to think about it from a miner's perspective about that. But then again, that's if you're going strictly by profit, though, it's going to take you 2 years.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's now. So, but then you have difficulty adjustments and all that stuff. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know
Yeah.
what's the yield? Like how much of the coin do you make? Like on that per
Uh,
day? I think Mining Pool Stats has that like a calculator there. Or
yeah, you
Hero
can go to
Miners.
Hero. I think
No, I
Hero
do Hero
Miners has
Miners. Yeah.
Monero.
So there's Random X right up the top. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
It's
what?
fine. No, it's fine. Whatever.
Oh yeah,
Random
it's up.
X.
We do it
So
up here too. Do
212.
212.
Yeah. Well, I just want to know what the yield is.
Uh,
So what's it
for
make? Well, hold on a second. So coins a
point zero
day,
four.
point
Point
zero
zero four.
0.04. That's 4% of.
Or you could mine Zephyr, which is a newer coin. You would get 3.174.
Is there
And this,
a
I don't know this QRL. I don't know this one.
is there a per kilowatt hour thing there for energy? And what it
Or
costs?
I
Well,
don't
I
think
could do it.
so.
What is it? 13. What is it? 1300 here. I'll do it real quick. Stay on that screen.
1350.
1350. Hold on. I'll do it right now, and we'll do like a small calculation. So
Oh,
if it's
you
13,
mean like the Omni calculator?
yeah, I
Yeah.
got it. I got it. Oh, so 1350 at 10 cents. Obviously, you run it 24 hours a day. All right, so it's $3.20, three and a quarter. So $3.25 a day, give or take, just to run the machine at 10 cents a kilowatt hour.
So that's roughly a little over $100 a month that you would have to cough up.
So right, yeah, just about. So $100 a month to run it, and this one's making $8 a day. So that's probably a little bit more. It's probably a little bit more than Monero, that QRL. That one's probably making just over $5 a day. So I mean, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how it works and why they're making this ASIC. I mean, then again, they've made ASICs before, and the project dies. So, and then I guess they send updates. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess
Chat,
we
let
can
us
go
know what
to
you think. Does it work on
yeah.
NiceHash? Oh, that's a good question. Dave's FinTech channel asked that question. Does it work on NiceHash? Very interesting. Oh, we can
Here's
find out.
all the random X coins.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Now I know there's a pool. I know there's one for script. Now I'm sure there is one for like random X. There's a pool that'll automatically switch your miner to the most profitable and pay in any coin that you want. I know there's for script algorithms, it's like Mining Dutch or something like that, I think does it. So you get the top payouts, which is actually pretty cool. And I know Retro Mike actually has a profit switching software. You have to go to the homepage. So what you do is on the top, just erase my dashboard from the URL.
Oh, there was a button for it too. I just don't remember where it is.
I don't remember either. So you scroll down, it's right in the middle right there. Estimate your profits up. Right there. No. Yep. I don't know. So I don't know if it's there, but it'd be interesting to see. Random X Monero. Zergpool does it. Oh, nice. Monero Ocean. Overboard. Oh, what's Red Pandas? What is he?
So
Panda
according to this, it looks like the ASIC miner value is wrong. Looks like
Go
on
to more
NiceHash you'd make
options.
$8 a day.
No, go to more options, King, real quick. More options right underneath the Random X Monero, right above calculate. Up, left.
Here.
Yep. Now put your price per kilowatt hour.
Oh, there you go. Sick.
Yep.
Look at you're a NiceHash expert. Then we'll do.
Yeah, man. Easy mining teaches you a lot. So hit calculate. There you go. So it's about right.
Yeah.
So Gaming with Smokey Dan says the X3 was a Ghost Rider ASIC, which was marketed to mine XMR, but then they forked and switched to Random X. Damn. Like I would hate to spend this money on this unit and then the project.
I wonder if Belay Mining or any of those guys have this for sale as well.
It'd be interesting. They
usually carry like a lot of the smaller ASICs and stuff.
Wow, 103 people in here right now, guys. Please hit the like button. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
People are still buying these things, right? Those KS0s.
We had a client buy. He didn't send it to us. He's sending us his KS1s and KS2s, but he bought like 16 of them. Like
what?
Crazy. Yeah, he bought like 16. He was telling me today. He's like, yeah, dude. Even with the market the way it is, it's still profitable. Like we love it. We plug them up in the apartment. It doesn't matter. They use 65 watts. I'm like, dang, 16. Like I got 3 and I thought I was doing it. Like, damn.
Nope, Belay Mining doesn't have it.
Not yet. So far.
I don't think
are they selling the S19 XP? What is that? 4500?
What do you
top right?
Oh yeah.
But which Terrahash model is that? Is that the 141 or the 151? 141. Oh, they're out. Yeah, it's a 141. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not making that much a day. But see, here's the thing, though. That makes $6 a day, and they're selling it for 4,500. So, I mean, then again, it's Bitcoin. It's different. So,
yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's Bitcoin, so it's different.
Interesting. It's very interesting to see what happens. NYC Miner says, "What's up, boys? You're mine and king because of you. I'm taking all my 3080s and putting them on AI this week.
Sick,
mining king. I think he's meant to say mining king because of you. I'm taking all my 3080s and putting them on AI this week. Look, there's a market for it, for AI. There's a market for decentralized compute. It's obvious. There's marketplaces all over the place now. You know, S Ching says, don't you have an S19 Hawk? I sold all my A6 back when I had my warehouse. So right now I don't have any A6. The only thing I have close to an ASIC is the KS0 and the iPolo V1 mini Wi-Fi.
The babies. Baby ASICs.
Yeah. Panda says, gotta go, bros. I miss you all. Talk to you later. Later, Panda. Miss you, man. StarCraft tonight. Or whenever you wake up. I don't know what time. He's 11 hours ahead, right? I think he's 11 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
So it's...
Have a good trip, man.
Yeah, it's about 8 o'clock at night over there. Or 8 o'clock in the morning? I don't know. 8 o'clock in the morning. How do you get verified on Vast? Just takes time.
Well, okay, there's more to that, because actually there was a conversation in the Vast today, and it's in their Discord.
I'm actually in there right now, looking around. A lot of good help, a lot of helpful people in there too. Like a lot of information you can tell just by.
I think it depends if you get rented or not, and because this person said,
really,
yeah, just cycling back to your main concern, why do you think you should be verified? So that it could be, and the gentleman says, so it could be visible in the default listing, making my hardware more accessible for users, not needing extremely powerful hardware at an affordable and reasonable price. And yes, that answers why you want to be, but that doesn't answer why you should be. And he said something about his particular hardware at 9 cents is not cheap, by the way. So it looks like there's more that goes into that. I think it also depends too on market saturation and if you're being picked up or not. You know what I mean? I think that plays a little bit into the role. I noticed that the 3060 rig got verified, right? But then again, it's mostly been rented. But then again, I kind of was a dick and I undercut everybody. So
right. I did too. I actually dropped my other 3090 still hasn't been rented yet. And I wonder why, because it's on a Ryzen 9 3900X and the other one's on a 9 7900X, which are very similar. Both have 12 cores and 24 threads. I think just the clocks might be different, but it's eventually it's essentially the same rig. So I'm just trying to see, and the reliability on the one that's not rented is up to 94%. You know what I mean already. So
I think it's
maybe it's just
also a thing
demand,
of
right?
time
They have
because
time
think
to
about this. I didn't get rented for like the first 4 days, but then when I
really.
did my second one with the 23080s, it got picked up within 24 hours, right? Now my
It's not
4070 one I did
right.
not picked up yet still. So and that's at my dad's, and I don't think it's been quite 24 hours as I've had it up there. So I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
we all want everything to be rented and we want to be making money. Um, but it's just part of the game. If you look at their numbers there, you need to find a good GPU that doesn't have a lot of market saturation, right? Like there's a lot of 4090s and a lot of 3090s.
And you see what NYC Miner just said? He goes, yes, typo, LOL. I have 20 3080s and 5 4080s. Putting them on a Gigabyte MZ31 with a Threadripper 7551 and 512 gigabytes of ECC
I
LRDIMM memory.
I believe that is not a Threadripper model number. That is a Epic model number.
I don't
The
know.
7551 is an Epic, not a Threadripper. I
Is
can
it?
tell because I think I know about the 7551. Um,
AMD 39.
and here you
It's an
want here.
Epic. It's an Epic. Yeah, I guess it's an
I
Epic.
mean, well, here, just watch here, watch
He
this.
said
Hold on.
Epic, yes. I think it's
Yeah,
just a typo.
I'll say I could just share my screen and show you my Vast account because I have it. um,
So speaking of earnings, I know a lot of people are asking. So my 30, I would share my screen, but it's got the IP address on there. My 3090, I'm renting for 20 cents an hour. And the earnings are pretty good, man. I mean, I've had it up now 3 days. And after I've made a total of $12.49, Vast has taken $3 out of that. And I'm $9 in profit. And it's not even
and-
burning that much energy because he's using the CPU.
right.
So as
And,
far as like
and here,
profitability goes,
and here's the other thing is if they use the CPU and they use other resources like more internet bandwidth, then you make more money, right? It's
right?
kind of nice
There's
because the
different
more that they
prices,
use, the more that we make, right?
right?
And then there's renting the rig. Like you're like, oh man, I'm only making this much. Okay, they're not using the GPU. What they're pulling 100 something watts of my
Not
CPU.
even,
Yeah,
yeah.
who the f cares? All right, I'm making like,
What makes
um,
$5 a day? Okay, at 180 watts. Like somebody, I mean, granted, not every situation is the same and everybody's different, but from a profitability standpoint, I mean, I could see tons of people taking old mining hardware, and even CPU mining rigs, you grabbing their GPUs, putting it on there, trying it out, see if it works for you. That would
yeah,
be the
hey,
way to go.
this if you're thinking about taking an approach, if you have a CPU mining rig, just like go get a case or even just set it on a motherboard box. That's what I did with mine, and
That's
I
what
just
I
made
did.
I made a VAS rig, right? And then like I bought a bunch of these freaking Xeon workstations, which I have like 3 left now, and I'm gonna fill those up too, probably. So I did spend a lot of money on them. I wouldn't spend lots of money. You should, if you're a miner and you have some higher end GPUs, it doesn't really cost you a lot of money to get into Vast. If you have the GPUs but you don't have any CPU mining rigs, just go buy workstations. You can buy them for like $50 on the used marketplace. Spend another $150 to get the CPU, RAM, SSDs, and get everything in there, and you're good to go. And I would just try it with one. I wouldn't like, oh man, I'm gonna go out and build an 8 card 4090 rig. Yeah, I mean everybody would love it because it's
So
freaking amazing. But I'm
expensive,
just like,
man.
if you've never
16
done this
grand in
kind of stuff
cards.
before, I wouldn't recommend going out spending like truckloads of money. I would
Nah,
recommend
man.
just
Well,
you need to run it for a month and like see how stuff goes and set up your own
just
rig and what your comfortability level is with that and like opening ports on your network and
I had to figure that out. That was a pain. Um, just get look a cheap barrier to entry. Even if you guys don't want to put a 3090 on there, a cheap barrier to entry is like a 3060 12 gig card like King has. You know
oh,
what I mean?
you can even do 3070s. They
Or
are they're
3070s,
they're
whatever.
getting
But
rented.
I know, but you want higher VRAM though. I mean, that's the idea, right? So you want the highest VRAM. The 8 gig cards, I don't know if they get rented as often. You're not going to make much. You'll make like, what is it, like 6-7 cents an hour? But I mean, if you're down to try it and see if it's something you guys can do, and you already have the hardware,
and it's and
that's
look,
it.
it's going to depend on your electrical rate. If you're paying like 50 cents a kilowatt hour, I don't know if it's going to make you money. But if you're
Right.
somewhere in the neighborhood of, I'm going to say between 10 and 20 cents, it's 100% going to make you money.
Right.
There's no doubt
100%.
about it.
It does. It really does. It's going to be interesting. It's still in its infancy, and what's going to be really cool is when the bull market comes back. There's going to be a tug of war between people that want to do AI and mining, because mining will become profitable again. It will happen. It'll come back at some form or fashion, and I'm really, really hoping projects like Flux are going to create this, what they say they're going to do, where we can do mining and, AI stuff together. You know what I mean? Where you can switch on and off. Because that'd be the titties, man. Honestly, like, I think that would be awesome. As far as I know now, I think nobody's doing that. I know Vast had a way to mine Ethereum back and forth when you were not rented. But because they've been around forever. So they've been around since 2018 they've been around. So the machine compute world is it's growing, and there's a lot more interest that's coming into this, and but they don't, it's not like flashing an image and starting Hive OS. It takes a while to understand. You got to have a brief understanding of Linux, and I still don't know. I literally I copy and pasted everything. So Hobbyist Miner says I came in at the perfect time, and I said that would be the titties.
Yeah, and if anybody's wondering, like, if they don't have good internet or like CPUs, like, I am at my other mining location, it's like 15 up and like 200 down. So I'm testing not a very good internet connection, and I'm testing a low CPU, right? And I'm going to see what those things produce. Like, do I still get picked up? Do I not get picked up? If I upgrade the CPU and my bandwidth's still not that great, do I get picked up then? So right now I've had the rig up for not a full day yet, but it hasn't gotten picked up yet.
Right. So interesting. So we've been going for about 1 hour and 37 minutes, guys. If you have any last minute questions or anything for me and King, or even for Terra hosting or anything like that, let us know. No new info with Terra. I know there's a lot of our customers that are watching. The deployment date is getting pushed back because of this hurricane, which I can hear the wind blowing outside. It's getting pushed back at least a week. So I will let everybody know. All the equipment is locked up at the facility, ready to go on for freight. But the company's saying they're not picking up because of the storm. So we have to wait and see what happens. So I'm sorry if there's any delay in your deployment, but I can't predict the weather. We're gonna try to get it out there as fast as we can. Mine some 10. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Yeah, we'll get it out there as fast as we can. But we're working it. Maxwell just says, "How crypto? My sister-in-law lives in Tampa. Yikes! Yeah, I think it's a category 1 right now, which for Floridians, it's not a big deal. We don't even board up the house until it's a category 3. But yeah, so Catrim says, "How crypto?
What day is that supposed to hit?"
It's supposed to hit tomorrow. The next day, it starts to get really bad. But the outer bands are already starting to hit the state. Like today, it got bad, and my girl was driving home with the baby, and she called me. She's like, "It's really bad out here." I'm like, "That's why I got you a Jeep. It's a 4x4. If there's a puddle, just floor it. Go right through it. You'll be fine." Yeah. So, but it was insane. It was insane. John Germain says force majeure. Yes, there is a clause for force majeure and insurance policy, so no worries there. But yeah. Let's see here. Any more other questions? I bet knows what's coming new on the horizon. Keith Betts, I'm gonna check that stuff out. I think it's gonna be interesting. Alexander Finley says never go through standing water. Yeah, unless you got a truck. A lot of people got trucks around here. They drive right through it. Beep beep. No hydroplane in a Jeep. Tuck Manti. Scott Sheffield. Where do the aliens land? I don't know. Hydrolock incoming. That's if the water gets too high, right? If the engine hydrolocks. My daughter's in Tampa having a hurricane party. We do that. What are you gonna say, King? Sorry.
Max, he wants us to help him set up his vast AI rig.
That's all right. I got you. You know what? I got you, Max. I got you. I'll help walk you through it. We'll do that tonight if you want.
Man,
at
this rate, I'm gonna have to set up a vast AI consultation hourly rate, like the Panda one-on-one rate.
NYC Miner says, "Hey, Mining King, I want to thank you for all the setup videos for Vast. I really appreciate it."
Hey, man, no problem, man. Definitely appreciate it. I know I haven't made a lot of content lately. I've been doing some shorts and stuff. I just been, I was away for a while, and then I had some stuff I'm taking care of, and then I had to work with the electrician today to get
you got
my
your wall charger plugged in.
Yeah, and dude, to get that thing connected to my Wi-Fi was a complete pain in the ass.
It is a pain in the ass.
I had to reboot it 4 times to get it.
It's a pain in the ass. But once it's there, it's there. It knows to go back if power goes out.
Yeah, it's on now. So now I don't cause see that the nearest supercharger for me is like 16 miles away. So it's a little bit of a drive to get there. They're building one closer that's like 8 miles away.
But remember,
I know, not supercharging all the time. I know.
Don't supercharge all the time. You will.
The only bad part about living where I live though is with the cabin overheat protection is like my AC in the car is always minutely going on because it's 120 in my garage.
Yeah, well, I mean, with it plugged into the wall, it wouldn't matter.
No, yeah. I was saying the first couple days I owned it though, it would drain my battery though a little bit, like 5% being overnight, just having AC and everything going.
Yeah,
but yeah,
you're gonna love it, man. It's a great car. I miss mine.
10 cents an hour for consultation. No, I was thinking like $149.95. I'll give you guys a discount. Honk was $249. So,
oh man, what's my bill up? Like 30 grand?
It's $37.89 right now is what your bill's at.
Overboard Tech says you can disable cabin overheat protection, and you can.
I can, but I'm too afraid. I don't want to ruin it, man. I don't want to ruin the car.
That'll wear off, bro.
Dude, I'm just saying this is nicest rig I've ever owned, man. And hey, the sun and heat here in Arizona destroys shit. Yeah. If you leave stuff out in the sun, stuff like I constantly have to because I have the black plastic on parts of my truck, right? I constantly put the I don't know if you ever heard of a company called Chemical Guys, but they make a lot of detail and stuff. Yep. I'm always going out there putting stuff on my plastic, dude, because literally the sun destroys plastic.
Yeah, it's and you're a pretty high above seawater too, so your UV exposure is a lot higher than like most cities that are at sea level. Isn't like where you are in Arizona just slightly higher? Let me see.
King PPF. What's PPF? You'll thank me later. What's PPF?
I don't know. Let's see how. Let's see. Oh yeah, dude, your elevation is 1,300 feet above sea level. Like your UV exposure is going to be a lot harder than everyone else. Paint protective film (PPF). We did talk about that. We talked about that. I didn't do that on my car because I felt like I didn't need it. But it might be a good investment in Arizona. Definitely.
I don't know. There's some car guys in here, all right, and I've never on any of my vehicles done a wrap or a film on any of my cars. I have always done. I will wash it. I will clay bar it, and I'll wax it, right, and I'll do everything myself. But I just this is I really want to take care of this thing. What was that for? What was the touchdown? What was the hell yeah for? What was that for?
You can wrap it in like the Mining King.
Oh my god.
Design. Why not?
Oh,
or you know what looks good on those cars, honestly though, is like a matte white, like a flat white. Like if you do the wrap, you can wrap it in like a flat white. It looks
I don't
dope.
like white. I don't like white.
Well, or you can wrap it even in like a flat black or whatever your color is. You can do like a matte color. It's dope. The matte, and it's really cool. And then if you get a good quality wrap like 3M or better, you can, when you're ready to sell the car, you can legit just peel it off yourself.
But
And it won't hurt
this
the
way,
car.
this thing says, if I wrap it, it's a giant tax deduction. I do look. I do have the Mining King LLC. I do have that.
We should wrap it with Terra stuff all over it. That'd be pretty funny.
Oh my god, this guy.
Be the Terra Tesla. It's an advertising expense. It can be a tax deduction, yeah, for wrapping the car. Absolutely. You can get it wrapped with a protective wrap and have it with Terra on your website and Discord. Okay, with Smoky Dan. Yeah, it's dope. It's called a Meathead 213 says it's a Turla. It's a Terra Tesla, so it's a Turla.
It's a Turla.
Interesting. So yeah, guys, we've been going about an hour and 45 minutes now. So if you guys have any more questions, I think this is going to probably conclude the stream for tonight. Really appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out with us and talking about AI, mining. I know mining is kind of dead right now. There's not a lot going on, but you know, it's all about diversification, right? And here's what I want to say real quick, King, if you don't mind, before we end the stream, is if you know something, I'm going to say this again. If you know something that can help somebody or make something better and you have the knowledge, reach out to that person and look out, because that's what makes this community good. If you have, for example, people that are doing vast AI, some of them that are just getting into it may not know what to look for if there is something bad going on their rigs. If you know what that could be, myself included, tell me or tell them. Help these people out. Stop. Not everybody, but there are some people that just want to see the world burn, and I have no respect for those people, and you know who you are. So with that being said, stop being an asshole and come together and grow this community the way it needs to be, and show more. You get farther with honey than you do with vinegar, okay? Show more love, and everybody stop criticizing each other. That's all I'm going to say. Have a great night, and thank you for watching Terrahash Tuesday. Talk to you guys soon.
Well, and